Welcome back. Let's talk for a little bit more. Orange/71. I wanted to tell you that I really did have borderline personality disorder, as powerfully as any of you do, or any of your loved ones do. And now I really don't have it. It's as simple as that. And do you know, once I learned a few fundamentally accurate insights, authentic recovery was not even really that complicated. Now, it seemed like it took a long time when I was right in the middle of it and I was doing it, but it really was not complicated. What else did I have to do during those years? It was uncomfortable work often, but it wasn't complicated work. And I want to talk to you a minute about those years when I was going through really the heart of my own authentic recovery to rid myself authentically of borderline personality disorder. We're all currently dealing with the tail end of this coronavirus nonsense, and there are other disturbing trends in the world. If it's not one thing, it's always another thing, ain't it? But it means that some of us are stressed out and the future might often seem bleak. We never know what's around the corner, do we? Our finances and our jobs might be a concern. The days may seem to drag. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you're feeling like a song that I really like expresses, time can be the enemy when you're locked in a world of pain. The days go floating by and it just doesn't change. Things just stay the same. What we've just described here, with all the stresses and stuff, that the worries and those sorts of things that a lot of folks might be experiencing in today's world, described to a T the very years of my authentic recovery. Yes, during the time when I was learning the most and progressing the most. Every day was like that for me for 7 years. I was destitute. I couldn't rub 2 nickels together. I was chasing work everywhere. I had no friends. I'd gone from a relatively cushy life of luxury, both in terms of material possessions and also friendships and women and sex and admiration from others, to nothing. Suddenly I was at the bottom of the barrel. Every foray of mine in the public was excruciating for me. It was humiliating. The big man, Brian Barnett, the center of the universe, the star, destitute, friendless, struggling to put gas in his truck, struggling to find a way to stretch meals out for a single week. I don't think that I bought a single article of clothing that was not from a thrift store for 6 years. Now you look at the way I dress and you go, well, what has changed? But seriously, I could not afford to buy clothes. When I did buy clothes, it was secondhand. Every cent I earned went to paying the fundamental necessities of housing, gas, and food, and I still struggled with that. Every second of every day, I was worried about the future, time dragged, and all I could imagine most days was gloom. Gloom, that word, kind of sets the mood for how that whole period of my life was most of the time. I could not see around the corner ahead of me, but I stubbornly clung to hope. Just endure this, endure it, endure it, endure it. Better things are waiting. It was humbling. Every single day was excruciating and humbling. The world right now is not presenting worse circumstances than what I had to contend with throughout my own recovery. Difficult or stressful times are not an excuse to cut loose and not care. Let me tell you one thing I learned from my own experience. Authentic recovery can be happening no matter where you are and no matter what the circumstances are. You see, if you're waiting for the sun to shine before you do something, or before you try, before you care, you just will not get to where you're trying to go. Cinch that belt, flip off the rein, and show the universe what you're capable of. What else do you got to do? The years are going to pass anyway, you see. And as I've told you in the past, these things, the true nature of progress in these things is an accumulation of small, itsy bitsy steps over the course of time. I'm here to help you. All of the long-term members of the Last Symptom community are here to help you. So what are we waiting for? Let's get going. Let's keep going. If you're new to the Last Symptom, let's get started.